Hey everyone, Cathie Investor here, back with another Square video for you today. So in today's video, we're going to discuss ARK Invest new valuation for Cash App for the next 5 years. So basically what they are saying is that if they can monetize 20% of their user base, we will see an annual rate of return of 19% for the next 5 years. How did they calculate all that? We're going to see in just a bit. But before I get into this video, if you haven't subscribed yet to this channel, I think by now we have reached 4,000 subscribers. So thank you for that. Let's try and reach 5,000 by the end of this month. Why not? It's a cool goal. So if you haven't subscribed yet to this channel, hit that subscribe button. And if you like these videos, leave it an early thumbs up as it really helps me out grow the channel and get my videos out there. So without further ado, let's start with the charts. Alright, so since my last video, which was around here 1 week or so ago, we can see support right at $150. Held perfectly, and now we're making our way back up. We actually made our way back up to that resistance at $170. Now, in my opinion, it's a big resistance. If we can break that and stay above it for a couple of days, that would be awesome. But if not, then yes, maybe we can retest that $160. And then obviously if that breaks, $150. If it reaches $150, I will top up on my position, because as you will see in this video, in a couple of years time, this stock will probably double from its prices today, or even triple depending on what metrics we're going to use and the success of Cash App and Square. Now overall, short-term price movements, be on the lookout for a break of the $170. If not, failed, let's see how much of a sell activity we're going to see in the next couple of days. But overall, long-term doesn't really matter. Alright, so as for the Cash App monetization, they have actually split the user base, which they estimate that will be 75 million users by 2025. So they split them in 3 groups: primary users, secondary users, and unmonetized users. So what are the primary users? Basically the ones that are getting monetized at the same rate as bank customers do, so at $880. Those are 20% of the estimated 75 million users. Now the secondary ones are the ones getting monetized at half that rate, so $440, also at 20% of the user base. And then lastly, obviously it speaks for itself, the unmonetized ones are the ones that aren't getting monetized, so it is the remaining 60%. Now they've made actually 10 scenarios where we can see a couple of percentages and what the share price will be by 2025. They've done the same thing for Tesla, their ultra bull case, like the golden goose scenario. So basically it's the same thing right here. So we're going to look into that right now. Right, so basically the first couple of things, I'm not really going to get into that because that's below 10% users being monetized. That's, in my opinion, a bit unrealistic, but let's go and look at the 10%. So if both primary users and secondary users are being monetized at 10%, then the projected Square share price in 2025 is $251, still very high, higher than what it is today. Then if we jump onto the 20% being monetized, then we can see a share price of $374. That's what they're saying, the 19% annual compound rate of return. And then let's say the bullish scenario, they go and monetize 30% of the primary Cash App users and secondary, then we could see it go towards the $500 mark share price by 2025. This would mean that the annual compound rate of return would then be 26%, which is amazing. Now with all of that, they actually took into consideration that the Square seller services will continue to grow at a 19% compound annual rate until 2025. Then they go on and talk about what I've been mentioning in my past videos. As always, if you haven't watched those videos, they're gonna pop up in the top right corner. So I've been saying it for a while that I think Square is going to go and be this next generation bank. And same thing here, they talk about it as well with the loans, the Square Capital, etc. But I'm not going to go into that in this video since I've already covered it a couple of times. So to keep this video short, we're just going to jump into the next segment. Then there is the seller side of the ecosystem that is going to help boost adoption for Cash App. How is that going to happen? Well, like I said in my last video, it's the new, for example, the payroll system, meaning if I, the employee, use Cash App, then I could receive my salary much faster than if I would be using bank because of the whole processing time, etc. Not only that, like I said in the last video, if you are using Cash App, you could maybe receive your payment a bit earlier because, well, Square could see in the system already what you are about to receive. So you could ask, maybe I think it was $200 up in advance. And if you want, I think they can loan you for a low fee, an extra advance payment, whatever. But all of that I've discussed in this last video right here. So basically, Payroll is one of those things that seller side will boost Cash App adoption. The other thing is something called Square Boost, which is basically giving you discounts, helping you save money when you go to restaurants, coffee shops, etc. If you use your Cash card, which is linked to your Cash App, like we can see right here, you just get discount codes, maybe your 10th drink at this specific place, you get for free, etc., which could then again boost adoption for Cash App because, well, if you go to Starbucks, let's say Starbucks says, okay, if you're using Cash App, you get 10% discount on your Frappuccino, then obviously you will maybe consider changing your payment methods from your usual, I don't know, Apple Pay, Visa, MasterCard, whatever, to Cash App and then get your discount. Furthermore, they could help the seller side by helping them with promotions, marketing, installing boost discounts such as these right here. And that will lead to people using Cash App because, well, who doesn't like to save money? You're already paying for something, maybe pay it with Cash App, simpler, saving you money, and it's probably cheaper than the other options. Then they finish up this segment, which is, in my opinion, the cherry on top of the cake. They could cut their middleman because, as you know, when I use Visa or MasterCard, there is a huge difference between me, the one that is paying, what I'm paying for, and then Visa. There's always middlemen in between. You don't always get the full fee you're actually charging. So for example, let's say I buy something for $50, I pay it with my cash card. The fee is 2.95%, which I think is $1.41 or 47 cents. Then processing fee from the middleman, again, another couple of percentage gone from that. Final rate, what Square gets is only 1% or 50 cents of my purchase. Now, if they can cut the middleman, first of all, they can stay with their fee of 2.95%, meaning they will get 3 times what they're getting right now, which is pretty insane. Or they can just lower the fee, make competitors look extremely expensive. And that means that people will start using Cash App, Cash Cards payments because, well, it lowers the fees. And this will lead to more adoption of Cash App, Cash Card users. And then obviously they go on and talk about the international opportunity. As of now, they're operating in Canada, the UK, Japan, and Australia. Now for Australia, they've actually received right now the Square Terminal, which is this cashier thing that they can use, which has been used in the US for I think a year or so right now. But as well in Australia, they're doing the same thing that they've done in the United States, is be in the unbanked territory, because in Australia, big banks have left rural areas. So this is a major opportunity for Square in a big country like Australia. But for the European market, we can see that they've actually been looking for a Italian speaking customer support agent. So if you're Italian speaking, maybe you could apply for that position. And we can see here that they are looking for an European operations manager. Now, some of you might know, I've talked about this in an earlier video. As of now, Cash App is not really in Europe. They are using Verse, which is the company they have acquired earlier this year. As of now, they will continue using Verse and not Cash App in Europe to go and get to know the European market. When they will feel comfortable, I think they will just switch the name Verse to Cash App and then integrate it with the whole Square ecosystem. And lastly, obviously, for the emerging markets such as Africa, some of you might know Jack Dorsey is a huge fan of Bitcoin and crypto. So I think this is what they're going to do for emerging markets. And that's what ARK Invest as well is thinking. Jack Dorsey was planning on spending 3 to 6 months in Africa this year, but obviously with the pandemic, this did not happen. But in my opinion, it will happen sooner rather than later when this whole pandemic is done. And this could create a huge opportunity for Square, especially now that they have Square Crypto and obviously they have huge revenues coming from Bitcoin as well. They could leverage that to enter the African market or even other markets as well that are emerging markets. But the whole Square Crypto thing we're going to discuss in another video because I think I'm getting sidetracked right now and this video is getting a bit long. So overall, this is everything that they've covered Obviously, I've covered some of the aspects already in other videos, but overall, I'm extremely bullish on what Square is going to be with Cash App, with the set-aside system, with crypto. The whole Square thing is amazing to me. That's why I'm so bullish, and that's why I will continue making videos on Square. I think it's going to be now weekly videos because there is a lot to cover. So if you like those videos, please leave it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel, let's make our way to 5,000 subscribers. So hit that red button. And as always, guys, take care, stay safe, and see you all in the next video. Bye bye.